Hello everyone. So today we are going to see exception handling in PL SQL. In that we will see that is first type system or predefined exception. So before that let us see what is exception. So runtime error are called an exception if at any time an error occurs in the PL SQL block. At that time PL SQL block execution is stopped and Oracle returns an error message. So to continue the program execution and display user friendly message, exception need to be handled. Exception include exception block in PL/SQL. So this is about exception. So there are two types of exception in the PL/SQL. First one is system or predefined exception. Next one is user defined exception. So in this video we are going to see about system or predefined exception. So how can we use this exception? So syntax for exception. First step is, so this is declaration block, this is execution block, and here we will handle exception. So let us see what is system or predefined exception. So these are defined by the Oracle by default. Whenever runtime error is occurred in PL/SQL, then we use an appropriate predefined exception in the program. So some of the predefined exception are no data found, too many rows, zero divide, invalid cursor, cursor already open, and many more. So we will see these examples. So let us see first example, that is no data found. So whenever PL/SQL block carry the select into clause, and also if required data not available in the table, then Oracle server returns an exception, that is no data found. So let us see one of the example. So here I have already created one table. Select star from employee table, and here if we are writing this, here what we are doing, this is declaration block. Let me zoom it. Yeah, this is declaration block. Here we are defining variable underscore employee name, data type is varchar2, then start of execution block. In this we are writing select employee name into variable employee name from employee table, where employee number is equal to employee number. So here we are taking dynamically value of the employee number, and we are printing the corresponding employee name according to their employee number, and end of the execution block, and for executing slash. Now let me execute this program. So here if I give the valid number employee number, that is 7788, let me paste here, and here we can see Scott is coming here because 7788 number employee name is Scott. If I give the invalid, let me execute this, and if I give here a number as 5555, let me see 5555 whether anyone employee have 5555 employee number. No. So let us see what is the output, and here we can see we are getting the error no data found because the employee number is invalid. Now how can we handle this exception? So let us go here. Here this is the error we are getting, ORA 1403 no data found, because we are giving the invalid employee number. So to handle this exception, Oracle provided no data found exception. So let me copy this and explain how this is working. The SQL plus, go to SQL plus, and here what we are doing. So declaration block is common, then start of execution block, but after that we are writing here exception block. So in the exception, when no data found, then what we have to do, we will print this message, record is not exist. That means we are not get this error, we will get this line. So let me see now, copy this 5555 and let us see what is the error we are getting. And here we can see record is not exist, this message we are getting. So we handled here a exception called no data found. So here what we have to write, after this we write here exception. So here exception name, when this exception, then we will print this record is not exist. So this is a way we can use no data found exception. So the next exception we are going to see is too many rows. So When select into class try to return more than one value or one rows, then Oracle server returns an error, that is this error. So let us see when the Oracle server will return this error. Let me copy this and go to SQL Plus, and here we go. Here we can see exact fetch returns more than requested number of rows. So what we are doing here, first of all we are declaring select salary from into variable underscore salary from the employee table, and here we are printing the variable salary. So this is about too many rows, because what is happening here in the salary column, you can see there are many rows here and many values of salaries are there. But what we are doing, we provided here only one variable and we are trying to print that. So that's why we are getting the error called exact fetch returns more than requested number of rows. So how to handle this error? Let us go here and let me copy this. Go to SQL Plus, and if we, so here what we are doing, we are handling the exception when too many rows are there, then what we will do, fetching more than one. So we are fetching more than one rows, this message we will print. So let us see, and here we can see fetching more than one we are getting. Earlier we are not handling the exception, so we are getting this exception error at line 1, exact fetch returns more than requested number of rows. So but we are handling here exception and we can give our own message fetching more than one. So this is second example of too many rows exception. So third we will see about zero divide. So in the Oracle, when we try to perform division with 0, then Oracle returns error, that is ORA 1476 divisor is equal to 0. So to handle this, Oracle provided 0 underscore divide exception. So let me copy this. When this exception will occur, let us see. Clear the screen, CLSER, and here we can see. So here what we are doing, declaring the variable. First one is x, second one is y, and third one is z. This is declaration block 10, starting of execution block. Here we are taking the value from the user, x value, y value, and z equal to x divided by y, and we are printing the value of z, and end of the execution block and slash for executing this. So if we take the value of x as a 20 and y as a 0, and here we can see 20 divided by 0, here what will happen, 20 divided by 0, here we will get error, divisor is equal to 0. This is the error we are getting. So how can we handle this error? Let us see. So let me copy this. If we take here, yeah, now let me copy this, go to here, and if we paste here, now what we are doing, this declaration is common, execution block here up to is common, but we are handling here exception. When 0 divide, then what we will do, second number should be 0. So let me execute this. If we take 10, x value as 10 and y value as 0, so here x is 10, y is 10, 0, and here we can see we are getting the second number should be 0. What is we are printing in the exception, that we are getting second number is not be 0. So this is the way we can handle this. If we don't take 0, let us see what will happen. X value 20 and y value 10, and here we are getting the result as 2. So the error only when occur when we try to divide by 0. So this is our exception 0 divide. Then fourth one exception is invalid cursor. So when this exception will occur, let us see. So when we are not opening the cursor but we are trying to perform operation on the cursor, then Oracle return this error. What is that error? ORA 1001 invalid cursor. So to handle this error, Oracle provided invalid cursor exception. So let us see when this error occur. Let me copy this example. Go to SQL Plus clear the screen, and if we paste here, so here what is happening, let us understand. First one is declare cursor. Here we are declaring cursor C1 is select employee number, employee name, job, salary from the EMP. So we are storing that value in the cursor one. Now we are defining the variable employee ID, variable employee name, variable job, variable salary. So this is a declaration block. Now starting of execution block. So what we will do, fetch cursor one data into these variables, and we are printing here. But what we are doing, we are not opening the cursor. Here we didn't try and open cursor. So that's why we will get error. That error will be invalid cursor. So here we are handling. Let me see. Here we are handling. Without handling, how it is happening, let us see. This is without handling code. Copy this and go here. So if we execute this, here we can see invalid cursor we are getting because we are not opening the cursor. We are declaring all the things are going right, but after beginning we are not opening the cursor. That's why we are getting the invalid error. So without opening the cursor, we are trying to fetch the data. So we are getting the error called invalid cursor. So how can we handle this error? Let me copy this and go here and paste here. So what we are doing, we are handling here. So exception, when this is the error, we are getting invalid cursor. Whenever this exception occur, then we will print this message. What message? First you must open the cursor. This message we will print. So let me see, and here we can see first you must open the cursor we are getting. Earlier we are not handling, that's why we are getting this error. Now this message we can see first you must open the cursor. So this is a fourth exception we seen, that is invalid cursor. So when this exception will occur, when we are not opening the cursor but we are trying to perform operation on the cursor. Now next we will see cursor already open. So when this error occur, before reopening the cursor we must close the cursor properly, otherwise Oracle return the error. So what happen if we open the cursor? Let us see by one example. So this is an example. Here let me copy this and explain this. Go to SQL Plus, clear the screen, and here first of all declaration block, then cursor. C1 is select employee number, employee name, job and salary, then the variable declaration, then starting of execution block. First we are opening the cursor, this is right, then we are fetching the data by using loop, and we are printing the value, then end of the loop. Now again we are trying to open the cursor. What happened, we already opened the cursor and again we are trying to open the cursor, then we will get one of the error. Let us see what is the error. Here we are getting the values, but at the end we are getting the error, what? Cursor already open. Because the cursor is already open and we are already here we are trying to open the cursor, that's why we are getting the error called cursor already open. So how can we handle this error? Copy this and paste here. So all the errors we can handle by same way, but the only difference is the cursor exception name. So you should know the exception name, then you can handle that. So what we are doing, so this is declaration block, already we have seen. Then execution block, begin open C1 loop, fetch cursor 1 into this, and we are printing end of the loop open. Now what we are doing, we are here writing open cursor 1 because it is already open. This will throw us error. That row we will exception we will handle here. So when cursor already open, then we will print here. We must close the cursor before reopening. So slash, and here we can see we are getting at the end, we must close the cursor before reopen. Earlier we are not handling, that's why we are getting this error, but here we are handling, that's why we are getting this. So these are the some important error we have seen. Now again we have in the PL SQL, this is SQL code and SQL ERRM. So PL/SQL provides the following built-in properties which are used in error handling. First one is SQL code that will return error code, and SQL error message returns error message. So let us see how can we use this in our program. So let me copy this. This is divided by 0 error. So what we will do here, declaration x, y and z. Here we will take value from the user, or x value, y value also we will take, then z equal to x divided by y. So if we take here y, we will get error. That error we will handle here, and we will print the SQL code of that error and SQL error message. So this is the way we can use SQL code and SQL error message. We have to write exception when others, then we have to print SQL code and we can print SQL message. So let me try to execute this. So if we take x value as 10 and y value as 0, then here we can see the SQL code, it is printing here, and SQL error message divisor is equal to 0. So this is the way we can use SQL code and SQL error message. This will return error code and SQL error message will return the error message. So this is about system defined exceptions. This is about system or predefined exception. First one you have seen the no data found, second one too many rows, third one zero divide, and fourth one is invalid cursor, and last is cursor already open.